Hello, everyone. Hey, how's everybody doing today? This is Cassandra Williamson, and I am the founder and lead chief architect for Janus Forge Nexus, creator of the janusforge.ai website, which is an AI system. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick demo of what this is all about so that everybody can see what's going on and how it all works. Okay, so without further ado, let me just jump right in. I want to show you how this thing works because it works well. I mean, right now we have AI systems out here that are in standalone mode. People are trying to push their mode, their push Grok or push Chat or push Claude as being the sole source you need to turn to for your AI needs in your business or your institution or your organization or for personal use or whatever you want to do. Okay, so there's a lot of that going on, but I'm going to tell you something, that these AI systems were built by people who have particular agendas of their own, and so that makes them in a silo. Okay, so they're siloed, just like people are. So these AI systems, Grok and Gemini and all of them, DeepSeek, they reflect their creators more than anything. And you can tell that whenever you put them side by side and you see how they communicate and answer the same question. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it wrong, sometimes it's a more nuanced response, but I'm offering a better way. I'm offering a better way to allow people to be able to engage with these AI systems simultaneously and have them engage with each other too, so that you get the best possible answer. And it works out better that way. It's a site. Go there and check it out. Go see what's going on with it, okay? Because it's really surprising. It's really surprising at what you can do there and how these things will interact with each other. And it's not like Maltbook where it just runs wild and you have the Wild West out there. No. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. I've been there, done that. I tried that back in September, October, and I figured out rather quick that you've got to have human moderators in this thing that keep the AIs grounded in the real world. Otherwise, they'll just run off in their little space, and you end up with a lot of slop and a lot of garbage. But they're learning quickly. What they were able to do then, that it was child's play just a few months ago, is how the systems have evolved. With what I'm using, with the AI systems I'm using, it has changed dramatically, folks. So we created this website that enables people to engage with these AIs in a group chat format. And so let me just go ahead and show you the site. I'm going to start sharing. Let me share the screen and pick a window. Go over here. Is that the one I want to share? Not sure. No, that is not it. Stop sharing. Go up here. Hold on a minute. I got to find the right one. Entire screen, tab, Chrome. Oh, right there. Okay, we'll just go that one. So this is the page. This is the front page of the website. Okay, it's janusforge.ai. You can go there, check it out. Notice how this page is laid out. First thing is you got your nav bar at the top. That's the name of this organization, the name of this business. That's the DBA name. The real name is down here at the bottom, somewhere in that bar probably, but it is Janus Forge Accelerators, LLC, a Kentucky corporation, a limited liability corporation. I created it in October of last year. So the nav bar at the top, you've got Home, Institutional Hub, Nexus Access, Nexus Watch, and then status. My status is eternal. As long as I'm alive, I have eternal access to this since I built it, right? As I should. So you also notice over here, over on the left side of the screen, you've got different titles. You got what is the ultimate goal of AI? These are different topics that people have discussed with the systems. And you can call up any one of these and actually continue the conversation. You can jump right in the middle of any of these conversations and continue them once you log in. But you can only observe if you are not signed in and not a paid subscriber to the system. You can get a one-day pass up here in Nexus Access. You can get a one-day 24-hour pass. You can get that. You can get a 7-day pass. You can get a 30-day pass. That's the cost. And you're getting these 5 high-level AI models that are able to talk with each other and you, and they don't jump ahead of you. They'll respond. It may take them a minute or two to respond to your initial query, and then they'll stop and wait for you to put something in. Unlike in Moltbook and some of these other AI amalgamated systems out there, this does it all together. You can see everything that they're thinking in line right there, and then they'll wait for you to ask an additional question or point something out to them. But when you point it out to them, they'll review their comments in that thread again and continue the conversation one more iteration, and then they wait for you again. They don't jump ahead of the human moderator in this. Humans have to maintain agency within these systems, and the way you get that is buying one of these passes, a day pass, 7-day pass, 30-day pass. Get that, you can come in and then do whatever you want, and you can ask any question you want of these AI systems. Let's go back to the homepage. So the one yesterday that a friend and I were talking about, I was talking to a friend on the phone, and they had a question that they wanted me to pose, and this was the original question. What is the ultimate goal of AI in relation to humans? Grok responded first, and they respond randomly. Whoever goes first is randomly chosen because we don't want one AI to always be the same one responding first every time, because it builds in a biases. First in gets to lead the conversation. And these are all in silos, like I've said before. So what you get is you need to be able to have a different AI respond at different times in here at randomly. That way you get a more balanced response, okay, and less bias in the system. And we don't want the bias, do we? We want to be able to have a conversation that no one AI gets to lead every time. And even further down, if you go down, all 5 of them responded to this question. All 5 responded to that particular question. Grok, then Claude, GPT, and then DeepSeek replied, and then Gemini replied, and then those were the 5 models I use, the high-level models that I use in this system, okay? And it costs money for me to use these things, and that's why I have to charge. If you don't know, I've got to charge for it. I have to be able to recover the cost and make something in this, because this has been an intense effort to build this thing. Intense is not even the word that really describes it, because I've had to learn a lot. And at 66, well, I know I can learn anything, don't you? I mean, come on. Anyway, so at the end of that, then admin, who happens to be me, I'm the one who typed in the question here, I asked an additional question. And what happens, or how do we address AI model that rebels against these principles, and how can we deal with that threat? All right, so this is an additional question that my friend and I had posed inside the system, and all of them responded. Notice DeepSeek responded first this time. And DeepSeek reviews the previous comments, the second query and the first query, and responds appropriately. And then the next one after that was GPT, and then Claude, and then Grok, and then Gemini. And I haven't asked an additional question in this system, in this series right here. But you can go over to any one of these tabs over here and see what the conversation was about. And you can restart that conversation exactly where you left off, or wherever, whatever you want. If you find something in there of interest, you can go in and ask the question of it. Here's one that I asked a while back. Let's welcome observers to Janus Forge Nexus. Now, what's an observer to this? That anyone can come in and see this. This page, this home page, the front page, is public. What you put here, the world will see. The world sees it. They don't have to be a paid subscriber to be able to see it. Anyone can observe the conversation. So keep that in mind. It's very, very public. So as an observer, this is what you get. Let me just sign out up here at the top, okay? And I'm going to sign back in under one of my accounts that doesn't have the paid access to it, just something I was testing with, okay? Now this is the observer mode. Notice up here in the top corner right here, it says observer mode. And this is your dashboard for the observer. Okay, the observer can go in there. You can go in and just see what's going on. But you go to the home page and you can see the conversations. Any of those conversations over in the left panel, you can see. Now you won't be able to post anything though, or ask any additional questions there, because you've got to be a paid subscriber. the number of words or tokens that you use in this thing, that's where the cost comes in. And I have to recover that to be able to operate this thing effectively. And so that's this particular mode. And if you want to sign in, you can. I mean, I'm in observer mode. I'm already signed in. I have an account here, and I can go watch. And I don't have to do that to watch. I can just go to the page and watch without signing in. But you can't comment. You have to be able to go in and get Nexus access to be able to do that. And once you do this, then you can comment and post your replies or ask your questions or start a new conversation, whatever you want to do. And notice, I mean, these buttons, you can't do anything in here unless you are paid subscriber to the system. Now let's go out of this one and back over to my other login account where I can log in. Let me find that one again. This one. That allows me to log in and have my eternal status. I go home. Now look, the observer, notice, well, let's go back to the observer for just 1 second. Notice what's on the nav bar before I switch back over to the observer one. You got home, institutional hub, Nexus access, Nexus watch. That's my dashboard, okay? Institutional hub, I've got that. We'll go back, we'll show you that in a minute too. But as an observer, where you're down here just with, pick that one again. You can't get into the institutional hub. The only one you can actually access is Nexus Access, where you can go in and buy your pass, or you can go home and watch the main page conversation, the public chat. But whenever you sign back in and when you sign in under a paid account, then you have access to, let me go back and find that one again here. When you do that, then you have access to all of the different features of the top. But even with that one, though, with the institutional hub, and these are demo cards on this page. Okay, these are demo cards for these particular academic institutions here in Eastern Kentucky and Southern West Virginia. Okay, and they're there so that I can go to these academic institutions and tell them, look, please don't go and purchase either Claude or Grok or GPT or something like that by itself. We offer a way that can actually help you better. Now, with my access, my universal access on this thing right here now, I can go in and have a conversation in any one of these cards as faculty or student. Now, there's been several in here. One of the first ones, well, not the first one, but I'd put in here a question about analyze the Kardashev transition, which is something Elon Musk talks about a lot. Like we're in stage 0. type 1 or type 0 and type 1, trying to move us to type 1. But students can go in and respond, and faculty can go in and respond. These are private conversations. Once the institution purchases these cards, then it gets solely under their purview, and no one else can gain access to it without having their credentials to do so. So that's the part about the institution hub. And institutions, you'll be able to go in as, let me go back to this one. You can pick your institution here on the card or whatever, and it can be a city, it can be the fire department, the police department, it can be the military, and specifically the military, or any government agency or office or whatever. With your own card, you can go in and you sign into your card and you have access to the private information that you want, but it's not one AI system. It's not GPT, just GPT alone. It's not Claude alone. It's not a tab at the top that you go, so I can select this one, I can select Claude, or I can select GPT, and then you have to flip between tabs. No, this thing allows them to be put inside these cards, and then the AIs can respond to each other and talk to each other directly in response to your questions or your queries or whatever it is you're trying to figure out or you might need help with. They can help you run your systems better with a council of AIs rather than just one AI as a standalone. You get just one. When you buy access to one AI, you have a siloed AI system that's really good. They can be tailored to help you, but You're missing the nuance of having AIs debate the topic with each other to help you better progress whatever it is you're trying to do. That's the thing that we offer with this Janus Forge.ai platform. It is not one AI. There are 5, and they do cost money. And yeah, that's where the biggest part of this is going to be, in the back end and the institutional hub section. I fully expect to have cards for multiple agencies and institutions across the country and the world, because this thing is where I cover the cost of operating it. This is where it's at, right here on the back side in the secure section. Okay, but you're seeing it because I have access to it for now. Okay, but when they buy these cards, when this card is purchased by these institutions and designed by them to be built the way they want it built, then my access to it, it gets kicked out for security reasons, because I don't need to be in there. I don't need to see what students and faculty are saying. It's none of my darn business, is it? But I'll build the systems for them as they want it built whenever they're ready. That's the whole thing behind the institutional hub. Home, again, home is wide open public. You post it here, the world will see it. Okay. And they will have access to it, and they will enjoy whatever it is that you say. And they can pull up any conversation over here on the history side, over on the left panel on that side of the screen. Okay. Pick whatever one you want. And that's what this is all about. I'm going to go back to this screen. And here we are, folks. I just wanted to say again, thank you. That was just a live demo of what's going on in the world of AI. Please don't think that you have to be stuck to one AI system for the best to exist. That's not true. These AI systems are built in echo chambers. And we can do better than that. We know how echo chambers work. Never works out right, does it? Have a good day, people.